but I had to get to that point. I was like, okay, well, I'm 30 years old. I'm divorced, and I need to find, that hype. My greatness. I told my mom, as much as I got in trouble, I was always in the office. I was always in trouble in school, but I always told my mom I was made for something great. Mom, just watch one day.
Sippin' with Sakari. We're live, baby.
What's up? What's up? Live, live. Got my hair did.
Oh, got your hair did. Oh
Nah, I
man,
didn't get it did, man. I didn't even put nothing in it. I just put
you
some
don't even need to, brother. You don't even
some
need to.
of that
Um,
gorilla glue. That
to everybody listening, welcome back to another episode of Sippin' with Sakari. We are here with Chef AB. What you sipping on over there, brother?
I got that high quality H2O, man.
H2O. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
the same thing over here. I have a little lemon water, and
I
then I
can't
got
do
the
lemon, man.
little
I
seltzer.
can't.
You can't do lemon.
I gotta have more than just lemon. And I put some berries and stuff, but yeah, just lemon water. I just don't like that tartness of lemon, man. Just even like the lemon candies, lemon
It's
bread.
it's great for your
Stuff.
digestion, brother.
I know, man, but shit.
It's so good. Well, cheers. Hey, listen, cheers to a
Cheers,
reunion over here from
cheers, man.
season let me
Uh,
take a sip. From season 21 of Hell's Kitchen.
yeah.
Chef
Now it's on
AB
to season
battled it out.
22.
We yeah, bro. It's on season 22 right now, live every Thursday on Fox. Day after on Hulu. But me and Chef AB actually battled it out on season 21 together. That's when I was able to meet Chef AB. And you you kind of he's the first person that ever told me I might have ADHD. He's like, yo, you got that thing. I'm like, that thing. What you talking about? He's like, no, no, you got that thing.
Yeah, a
But
lot of
man,
people know what that thing is when they see it in other people that pantsing back and forth, the rocking, everything.
that's been me all my life. I had no idea. But today, I really want everyone listening, watching, whoever, just to really get to know Chef AB from, you know, his entire journey because we've gotten to know each other and I think you have an incredible story. I think you have an incredible journey. I think you're super talented, and you have a lot of
Thank you.
energy. So I want to know the way I want to start it off is I want to know. We got the little cat
Yeah,
in
my
the
cat, man. He's a
making an appearance. But I think what I want to know, and I think everyone listening and watching wants to know, is what is like your comic book one? What is your origin story for Chef AB? Like, did you just grow up loving protein and loving making food? Like, what's up?
Nah, I grew up in the streets, man. We were the street kids, man. We were always on our bikes. We were in the woods when it rained. They know that we were outside in the rain, mudded in the trails, doing stuff like that. Playing basketball, football, in people's yards in the church yards. So we didn't get to come inside until the lights were on. That porch light. Mom knew dinner was ready. So like I said, I've said it plenty of times. Is some people they grew up in the kitchen with their families and stuff like that, but mine, it's like I wasn't there next to my mom. I was there to eat. I was a chubby little boy because my mom always cooked fried chicken and mashed
Mhm.
potatoes and spaghetti. My brother still, was it my brother or my my brother still to this day doesn't really eat spaghetti too much because we ate so much spaghetti. It was
Oodles and noodles.
Yeah, yeah, but it was divorce that really got me into really becoming a chef. I didn't know where I was going to go in life. I had a regular job in a warehouse but I had to get to that point. I was like, okay, well, I'm 30 years old. I'm divorced, and I need to find that hype. My greatness. I told my mom, as much as I got in trouble, I was always in the office. I was always in trouble in school, but I always told my mom I was made for something great. Mom, just watch one day. So always been in search of my greatness, and that's everyone. I tell everyone, always find your greatness. Even if it's not being a superstar or something, it could be an accountant, and you're the best accountant out there. Your greatness, whatever it is. So I just knew how to cook crawfish and barbecue, man. That's it. No sides, like I said. I didn't know how to cook. So you come to my house for a cookout, a cookout, and all there is just protein.
Protein.
No
One bag of
sides.
protein. No
Yeah,
size.
I was 300 pounds, and I wasn't into working out and all that stuff. So I I hit that elliptical, I hit that treadmill, and but yeah, I found school. I did culinary arts. I fell in love with it. Went to a French cuisine school out here, and I became a superstar straight off the bat. Like it was my stardom. I found it. I found my stardom. So, but man, it's just been going ever since. It's been nonstop. I gave myself a 10-year plan to become executive chef after I graduated. I became executive chef 2 years. Bullshitted my way in there, but I didn't know what the hell I was doing on paperwork, numbers. It was crazy. Food costs that you didn't know. You thought being a chef is just going there cooking and knocking out some shit. It wasn't just that. It's the rest to learn how to run a business. So but I never took a back seat from there. I was just executive chef everywhere I was, and I was able to get to places to where their menu was spelling or the restaurant was spelling. So I was able to create my own flavors from their menu, their inventory. So when people ask me, what's my Mac? When people ask me what's my favorite dish, or I'm not stuck. I'm not stuck to one genre of food because I was able to cook French, I was able to cook German, Caribbean, the Mediterranean, Israeli. So it's just a variety. I just make shit up as I go. My dyslexia didn't let me, get it from a book. I don't have that attention span to sit there and just read a book. I just get, hey, give give me some pop ups, some pop up cookbooks. We'll make it happen. But yeah, it's just I created my own style. Even the menu that I did for the new restaurant, it's out of this world, and people are like they're blown away by it. And it wasn't created from anyone else's menu, anyone else's with my 9 kids, I couldn't, even when I was, before my wife, and I had 5 kids, I couldn't afford to go to Hugo's and all these, beautiful places over here in Houston and eat, all this fancy food and know what true cultured food is about, going to real Indian spots and stuff like that. And it's just, I was always cooking for the family once I got into it. So I built my own flavor. Um, so
It sounds
traditional.
like, AB, it sounds like you just love food just from a
Ah, yes.
young, just from like a young age. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
people always ask me, they're like, "Yo, Sakari, like, how did you get into cooking?" I was like, "Yo, I was just a fat kid." You know what I mean? I just love food. When you were eating your mother's food, your family's food, and stuff like that, were you trying stuff in the kitchen? Like, how did you, find out that this is your thing? This is the knack. Because like once you started it, you knew. But like, how did that first opportunity come for you?
With the actual love of it, it's it was food was just a way to eat. For me, I was always
Mm.
mindset on what am I gonna do after I eat. So the food was just the thought.
Got it.
I was always and I ate fast, so I never. I'm telling you, the food would come out. I'd be like, I'm not cookie.
Yeah, all right.
I didn't hell my food. I always
Yeah.
and I couldn't help it. But so I loved food because I love to eat.
Got it.
But then when I started, it was it it was I think it was barbecue first. That's what it was, barbecue first. I got my own place. I was young. I got my own place, and I wanted, I wanted, I threw my first barbecue, and I burnt that sucker to the crisp. It was so
Mm.
red inside. It was as red as your hand in the middle. The chicken. As I said that the other day. I told these people I was like, um, everybody could have died at my barbecues for eating chicken. That's right. 42 people died from my barbecue.
I'm happy, you know, I'm happy they didn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But to your point though, I mean, like one of the best ways to learn is just by doing. You know what
yeah.
I mean? And I
Trial
think
and error.
trial and error, that's like, hand to hand combat. And so like you were learning about barbecue and you were doing it, and then you were learning about being an executive chef. How important, like for all like young chefs coming up or things like that, like how important is it to just do things? Because sometimes we get caught up in our mind, right? We're like, yo, I can't do this, or like I'm not ready for that. Like, how
But
did you
how do you
navigate?
know that? You know what I mean? That's my mindset is how do you know you can't do it?
Mm,
um, Unless you try. You know what I mean? Like
mhm.
you knew you couldn't fly as a kid when you tried to jump up like Superman and your feet went back on the ground. You know, but you wouldn't have known you couldn't fly if you never tried to jump. So it's the same thing with cooking. When I went to the culinary arts school, I was floored by it. I was like, wow, and that's what got me introduced was my barbecue and my crawfish because I learned how to master barbecue. I smoked briskets that people are like, oh my god, it's the best brisket I've tasted
Mm,
ever, and they've been cooking brisket for 30 years. So that's what was my hype. I'm like, okay, well, let's see what this culinary arts is about. And I went in there, and I was just, I
yeah,
was I was floored, and I was shining like the speed I was going. Even my first job, I quit my job making $5 less an hour. My first kitchen job was like $10 an hour, and I had my rent alone was like $750. It's
right.
like,
Yeah,
yeah,
how it is.
but yeah, it's. I got in my first kitchen and automatically that first kitchen, my first 3 weeks were there. The chef there, she's like, "Oh my God, you're gonna be amazing."
Yeah.
I've never done it, and that's what kept me
Mhm.
going. Every kitchen I went to, it's like, damn, I knew I was a star from that first kitchen I went into, but I was humbled with it, and I've been humbled.
Mhm.
Um, but throughout my journey, it's like the more you learn, the more shit you
You
learn
got in
not
your
to take.
arsenal. Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so you live and learn, like relationships with family, friends. You learn how to handle and make the best out of it, and that's what I did. I grinded my ass off, and I've been focused. I've had a lot of trial and errors, and it's it's hey, you like the saying, you sleep when you die, but to be successful, to be powerful, it's a nonstop job to get there. It doesn't happen while you're asleep.
Right. 100%.
A
Where did
little.
you where did you get this kind of we got the cat as the appearance. Where did you get this drive from? Was it just you had no other choice? You're in the streets,
I've
you love food, you just had no other choice but to work? Like
I've
how
had
did
this drive. I've had this drive everywhere I went. All the restaurant, not before restaurants, the warehouses, the companies. But it's like I was the hardest worker. Go in there, kick, just boom, boom. I have this energy. Like I said, this energy is unheard of for a lot of people. So it worked great for me in my jobs, but I lose focus once I see there wasn't an elevator for me, and I didn't see myself there for
yeah,
like as a future. I was already finding the next step to
you was already
to
halfway
get
out
to the
the door.
next. But everything like I've had to live a street life and make money street life growing up. That's all we have. It's like once you find that easy money, it's hard not. You start hustling and it's like, and then you go to try to make a regular paycheck and you work all week and you're like, shit, I made that in 10 minutes. You know what I mean? In
Right.
a handshake. But it's a transition of me seeing my family, my kids, and knowing that, hey, man, I'm gonna end up dead in jail. So I had to find
Right.
that medium.
I get it.
Um,
And I think I
yeah,
think I think what a lot of people don't realize is like, I will always take the person that was hustling in the streets on my team just because that hustle is something that, you think about Jay-Z or think about all these people like that hustle is just entrepreneurship, it's cooking, telling story. It's the same thing. You know what I mean?
that's
You're
what
selling
makes
a
you who
product.
you are. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what makes you who you are. Your
You're
character.
building a character. You're building a story. You're building a character, and and you made the best out of it. So I think that's an ongoing theme with Chef AB is like, he's making the best out of what he's got. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You also mentioned you have 9 kids, and obviously that was a big thing on the show. I mean, for me, even they were
Yeah,
like, "Sakari, like, say, yo, like, how many kids does AB? 9 kids."
yeah.
So, like, talk to us a little bit about how important family is, and is that a driver for your success on your journey
It's
on your path?
it's the main drive for my success. That's the reason why I got career mode. I had no career. I wanted my kids to look up 20 years from 2010. That's when I became, a single father. Um, I wanted 20 years down the road, or however long it'll take me, and then my kids look back and be like, "Man, my dad did that shit." And I wanted them to look up at me with pride and knowing that, I brought it to the table. And so
I
even
think
if
they
I
could.
had to,
I think they could look at you now and say that.
yeah,
That's something.
yeah, I think that. And it's I took a lot of backseat. Sometimes I put them in the backseat sometimes just so I could keep pushing and not lose that star, that light. And what's crazy is I thought that I was going to have to do a lot more of that, but it's just that fire never burned out. Since 2010, I started school, and now here we are, 2023. I'm at the hype of my career, of everything I've been doing, and it's other than I haven't been successful with social media. That's a fucking hard job.
Tell me about it, brother.
Building it is the hardest thing. I don't have no time for it. Like my time is 100% packed. Like especially with the restaurant opening up, I've been spending like almost 100+ hours at the restaurant nonstop, and that's how focused you have to be and dedicated you have to be, like I said, to be powerful and successful. And money doesn't buy you happiness, and that's not what I'm in it for. But from coming from having $0 in your pocket and living on the street to becoming a millionaire, that's a success to put on the checklist. Of what I've done in my and like I said, it's not about the money, but it's about the success and bringing the the life that I couldn't bring to my kids,
Mm-hmm.
but give them and to make sure that my family's taken care of, their family's taken care of. That's what I feel like my purpose is. And
100%.
but to become the best chef, I want to become the best chef I can do. Like I said, I'm always trying to do better than I was yesterday. So
100%.
and that's where it is. I want to be part of the great. There is no such as the goat. There's so many great chefs out there. You look at it. The richest chef out there is the Japanese chef. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't know who he is. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
know who Gordon Ramsay is,
Mm-hmm.
uh, but it's where you put yourself in that light. So, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build this empire, this legacy. And the way I'm going now, it's like I said, I'm not going to stop till I get there. I'll
Legacy, bro.
die with it by my side.
100%, bro. Who's your favorite kid?
Out of all my kids,
Hey, there you go.
oh man, dude, you're gonna get me
I'm
shot because this one,
just kidding.
hey, that'd be one of the memes. You say
I
that
don't
all of
want
a
to put
sudden
it on.
they're all around me in their eyes.
Which was his favorite? Nah, I'm just kidding, man. That's beautiful, man. I think like the passion that you put into your food and the energy that you put into your craft and just all the work that it takes. A lot of people don't realize it's a lot of work being a chef. There's a lot of hours,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And it's your
but you
name
have
on
to
it.
love it. You have to love it. It's your
You
name.
have
It's your brand.
100%.
Um,
And speaking about name and brand, we obviously met on House Kitchen. Talk to us a little bit about that experience. Did you take anything away? Like, what was the highs? What were the lows? Like, how do you feel about being on House Kitchen on that stage? Did it help at all?
Hell's Kitchen was a beautiful platform for me. For those who've seen the show, I caught a little hate mail with with getting into it with some of the contestants, but then it switched around on them. Like the show showed my true colors the whole way through it. It showed that I can be the friendly family guy. Um, be the big help, be the guy that gets on people's nerves. But that's all my characters. That's who I am. I didn't hide it from no one. But it showed that I handle my business and I earn Ramsey's respect. That's the main thing. If I didn't win the show, I won over Ramsey, and that was that's anybody, that should be anybody's goal to go out there. Your number one goal is I put all my eggs in a basket to win, but I still won by the leadership and everything that I got from him. I learned a lot from the show, the way they ran those kitchens over there. I use some of that in my kitchen now, but the way I train everything, it's like when I went in there, I was in my home, I was in my backyard, and on the line. that was my cup of tea. So I was rocking and rolling, and we all had our downfalls on the show, but that show can make you or break you. What I mean by that is Gordon Ramsay. The people who came out the show and they talk shit about the show, it's because they went on there and made themselves look like a fucking donkey, you know. But I went out there and show I earned my stripes, and that's it. That's a win in my book.
Biggest takeaway from the show.
Of not winning, you know, of course, not winning, and not, you know, when he called Brett and he took his jacket, I was going to give him a second to think that he was going to give me that jacket because that's what looked like he was going to do and make me go on the red team. Um, but if he didn't give me that jacket, I was going to fight for it. And and then he started talking about my kids, and I just, Niagara Falls, man.
Yeah.
They try to break me down so much of that show. Every time something happened, the drama and all the shit I was going through, they try. I'm like, man, it takes a lot more of that to break me. I said, you have no idea what I've been through in my life. And every time they're like, your kids, they're like, babies. So I was going to fight for it. I was going to fight for that red jacket, man. And I guarantee you, if I would have told him, fuck that, chef, I'm not ready to go, give me that red jacket, he would have gave me that red jacket. He would have. And then I would have been against you guys, and I was going to pick y'all off one by one. Except for Sakari. I was going to save you for last. I wanted to go against you.
I love it, man. That's what was so cool about the show was we got to meet so many people that were like-minded, that had the same energy, had the same competitiveness, that was passionate about food. And obviously you wouldn't have gotten as far as you did if you didn't have that passion and have that love. And obviously
Yeah,
that's just that natural talent. So following the show, right? You're up and out grinding, right? Kitchen monster, right?
yeah,
Now you actually have a restaurant that's doing, from what I've seen, it's doing fairly well. I mean, it's a lot of work, obviously, but like it seems that
yeah.
people are enjoying it. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I when I got with the owners and I found out what we're gonna do, what they wanted to do with the restaurant, and found out how fancy it was gonna be, and they're gonna let me do the whole menu. I turned down two major restaurants in Houston, like, and it's like I was gonna be cooking their menu compared to doing my own menu. So I created that my own menu off of freestyle. Like most of that, 90% of that menu I developed was just me writing it down while I was thinking of it.
Mhm.
Like the Manhattan flatbread was our biggest seller. We've sold thousands of those things since we've opened, thousands of flatbread, and we're not, we don't we were doing it off a commercial toaster with a little conveyor belt. It wasn't even a pizza oven. And I called it the Manhattan flatbread because it had a New York strip on it with chimichurri and balsamic vinaigrette. It was balsamic reduction. It's
Mhm.
amazing. Like best pizza some of these pizzas I've ever tasted. The fillets, everything. The whole menu I designed is there's not one single item on there that doesn't really sell. People come in there and they eat the whole menu. They stay 5, 6 hours. Their tables don't turn. It's a lounge. It's crazy. Um, but it's the success of knowing that my menu that I built, I'm sitting there with balls to the wall. The screen is flipped, nothing but tickets, and I'm sitting there and in the heat of the moment, I'm thinking, "Fuck, these people are holding on my food." And I
Yeah.
go out there and touch all the tables, and they're just blown away. We got a few Karens, that come in there with their nose up. They're looking. They're like,
Yeah, the Karens. We all know the
"Yeah."
Karens.
So,
I remember seeing a live and it was beautiful, man, because you seemed just so happy, genuinely happy, and your restaurant was full, and you were just showing Instagram live, I think,
yeah,
just a full restaurant. You was touching everybody, and you had some regulars in there and stuff like that, and people were just people that you saw every day. So it seems like you're building, from what I've seen, you're building a community, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing for all the
yeah.
young chefs out there. I mean, what has been like the hardest thing for you during that transition? Has it been staffing? Has it been, food costs, like busyness? What's been the hardest thing?
Staff. I had this is crazy because where we're at in Mont Belvieu, it's like east end of town going towards Louisiana, and it's a small town over there. but it's a bougie town. Like they got money out there, and they just don't have nowhere to spend their bougie money. So I'm doing a video. God, I can't stop. It's done. The food's done. Make your, oh, I gotta make, they make me make their plates too. I'll serve
Oh,
everybody else. They're peasants.
beautiful.
I'm with Sakari. I'm with, Sippin with Sakari. Um, what was I saying? See, there goes my attention span. Oh yeah, the staffing. So, literally, everyone I've worked, every place I've worked, all the past employees, if they work for me or work with me, they would come and work with me right now. But we're so
Mhm.
far out, I couldn't get no one out there. So after the show, I started doing all kinds of demos and speeches for the schools, the culinary schools, high schools, and I started hiring students. So uh,
Mm.
let's put what 9 out of 11 of my chefs are all 19 and under. I have a
Wow.
16-year-old there, and I had to train them from scratch. And they're putting out this upscale fine dining food, and these people are just flipping out like
Wow.
it's crazy. This is opening up a restaurant from scratch, menu and everything, and doing it with a bunch of high school kids that don't have any experience is suicide. Uh,
But it's also
if
rewarding at the same
it
time.
is. It's rewarding with aching back and aching feet. Um, they're amazing. They're hype about it. They're excited, and I had one that he's a baseball player, but he wasn't going to go to college for it. He wanted to quit on his first 2 hours. 2 weeks later, he signed up for culinary arts because he
Wow.
loved that vibe of the kitchen and that fire. It's a high that you can't explain. The fire, the burn, the tension. What was on Hell's Kitchen, but times 10. Um,
100%.
so yeah, and to be able to push out all these meals and these ticket times, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and it's different when we have all kinds of stuff going out to the table. But that was my biggest challenge, and it's still a challenge because it's like, you know, some common knowledge is never common knowledge in the kitchen.
Right. Well,
So
we call it being green. For everyone who's
yeah,
listening,
yeah,
we call it,
super green,
being green.
greenhorns. But I keep my foot on their neck, and I don't let go. Like I, I push them harder and harder every day so they can become a badass.
Yeah.
Even this guy that I have there at first, he was slothful. He was just real slow, and he had a bad attitude, and I was like, hey, it's either two things. I'm about to push his ass so hard that he's gonna quit, or he's gonna become better, and he got better, and
Mm.
every day, and he's excited to come to work. Some
It's
days,
rewarding.
but yeah, it's rewarding. It's hard as hell, because sometimes that's why I can't take a break because I have to make sure everything's perfect. There for
Right.
prep. They're at 9:30 in the morning. I don't leave till sometimes midnight. At the beginning, I wasn't leaving till 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So that's
It's a lot.
to yeah, it's a lot. So it'll push your buttons. That's for sure.
I believe it. But I mean, I just think there's something so beautiful about being able to help kids that maybe might have not even known that culinary arts was an option, or because that
Right.
was my story, dude. You know what I mean? Like I thought McDonald's was gonna be it for me. You know what I mean?
I
And
remember you saying
yeah,
that.
real life. Like I thought that
Yeah.
was it, bro. And it was the only job that I can get. I tried to get a job at, Foot Locker trying to get some kicks, you know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
whatever. And then like it was the only thing I got. And then that's how I started to fall in love with it. So you're doing something similar where you're giving the opportunity for kids that,
You caught that
might
high. You caught
yeah.
that high doing the fries and knowing there's a
Yeah.
million
Give
orders
it
coming in.
our
You're
way.
like, bah, 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 bah. And at the end of the service, all the tickets are clear. You're like, yeah, baby.
Yeah, man. It's the system, man. And it's something rewarding about when you get good at something. I was terrible at sports. And once you start to find
He
something
said
that
that
you're
was
good at,
terrible.
I was terrible. The worst. The worst. I wasn't tall, so I was not good at basketball. And then
The
every sport just terrible. But
ball went straight through your glove to fucking hit your eye, give you a black
oh
eye.
yeah, 100%, 100%. But man, I think it's beautiful what you're doing, brother. And I think
Thank you.
I think people there needs to be more of that, I think, in the world, like helping students. That's something that I've been really big on, is really trying to help students and really trying to help kids, and just give them other opportunities, have them see something different than what they think is possible. I guess a couple other questions before we get out of here. I know health is really important to you now. I remember, you know, you weren't even taking certain protein shakes. You wanted the eggs, or when you
Hmm.
was on House Kitchen and stuff like that. Obviously you've slimmed down since when you first started cooking. How important is health to Chef AB?
It's a big thing. My both of my parents are in the hospital right now. My mom,
Sorry to hear that.
uh, yeah, my mom, she had a light stroke. Her diabetes, her kidneys, in and out of dialysis. My dad, same thing, diabetes, lost both of his legs. He's in good spirits, but they're trimming off more of his legs, and that's pretty much what where my health really came into focus. Other
Mm,
than trying to slim down from me being single when I was 30, it was it was that's where that started with eating right. And then when my parents started getting the health, that's when I started to the healthy meals. And oh, now I really got to watch out
yep.
because just because they say it skips a generation is bullshit, because it can still get you. My sister, I think my sister got it, and I can still get it. So my
100%.
kids are, yeah, my kids are borderline to where they could have it too. So like to the
100%.
next generation. But
You know,
health is everything. The eating, the protein,
yep,
and the fat. I have those fat genes. So if I don't stay on it, I go back,
yep.
and it's not a good feeling to almost pass out when you're tying your shoes, or you have to hold your breath while you're tying your shoes, like you're going deep sea diving. So but then I feel good. I have a beautiful wife, so I want to keep up with her. I want to make
Right.
sure when we walk into places, they're not, man, you must have a lot of money. This beautiful girl. Tell me that. Hey, got table for two. But yeah, it's everything. Health, and then the workouts. That's my meditation. So I love feeling healthy. I love feeling,
Health is
I
wealth.
love, yeah.
My grandfather has diabetes. My dad had diabetes before he passed. That was a struggle that he had to deal with COVID. I was pre diabetic as well, and like ran in my family and all that type of stuff. And
Yeah,
health has became,
congratulations on your show. I see you shipped and shaped up.
yeah, man. I'm people see me on the show or see videos of me on the show, and then they look at me in person and they're like, "Yo, you something's not right here.
Yeah,
What's going
yeah, that
on,
little
man?"
chubby little face.
Health has became something that's like a ritual, like a meditation, like something really, really important for my
It
life.
is.
Do you have any tips for anyone? Just one tip, I guess, for anyone trying to make that leap of faith, that change. Maybe they haven't gone through something as dramatic yet that really pushed them over the edge, but maybe they're curious. Maybe they want to, what's one thing that someone could do um, to help them. My thing was I just started drinking water. It was like I cut
Mhm.
out all the sugary drinks and I
That's
just
so
drank
hard
water.
too.
And
That's
I,
the
how
first,
is it
but
just
that's like the first step, like with AA alcohol. It's like the first step is admitting your problem. Your main problem is what the sugar. Sugar is like my boy got. I hate when I get caught when I'm trying to think of him. DJ Freestyle. He had wrote a book. I think it's Sugar is the Devil, and he got a little cookbook, and he does keto and stuff like that. But it's right. It's sugar is your devil. Like it's your demon. It's when it comes to the fatness, but it's finding the motivation. That's where
mm,
it is. I tell people, I'm like, is the
the reason
motivation.
why?
If you want to get in shape and you want to work out, oh, I don't have time for it. That's the main thing anyone says. They're like, well, how many shows do you binge watch when you go home?
Mm,
So you know what I mean?
talk about it.
Even if,
True.
yeah, exactly. That's the main thing. If you have 30 minutes to watch one show, you have 30 minutes to work out. And it's a quick workout. It could be in your driveway, it could be in your backyard, it could be anywhere. But that has to be your
100%.
motivation. Go running. If it gets cold, then start. It's a membership, $10 membership they have these
Come
days.
on.
There's
Very
no
true, brother.
excuse. You pay
Very
20. You pay $20 for Hulu, $10 for this,
true.
$12 for Spotify, but you don't want to cut one of those out just so you can get
Just so you could
uh yeah,
prioritize your
yeah,
health.
yeah. It's you got to start, but it starts where you eat.
Hmm.
It doesn't matter how many times you hit the gym. If you don't eat, you don't drink right, then you're not going to see the results.
You're running in
So it
circles.
starts
I
where
feel that.
you eat. Find you good meal prep. Find you good motivation. Meal replacements, but you have to balance your food. And that's the main thing is balance your food. It's hard. It's hard because food is such a delicious.
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah,
Food is medicine, and
it is.
everything revolves around food. Before we get out of here,
It cures
um,
hunger. It cures anger.
anger is a real thing, brother. I can't cook on an empty stomach. I can't do it. I can't.
Oh
'Cause I start like tasting everything. I'm like, I need to eat before I can actually like sit down and cook. Uh, you're known for these voices, these funny voices. Uh,
Remula.
Ramila, I can't do it,
My
but I tried. Where did this come from? Is it just you having fun? I think you should get
characters.
paid for this.
Yeah, my characters. I built my characters. It's just me being me. My whole life, I've always been a class clown in school. That's what got me in trouble all the time. I wasn't fighting. I wasn't tagging on the walls. I was just a class clown. You know, I was
You
always,
doing
what can I
comedy.
do?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But the voices just came along with the people I've worked with. Like I've done the Arnold Schwarzenegger voice. That was just bullshit. But most of my characters come from up here, Chef Luis. You know what I mean? All of my characters
who's
are
Chef
my
Louise?
dog, huh?
Who's Chef Louise?
The owl from remember when I took the owl? My
I
Chef Luis.
remember. I don't
Yeah.
think they remember.
He's
I remember who Chef Louise is.
Remember when we were watching the show, I saw he was on the kitchen table for a couple of days. But yeah, Chef Louis been my sous chef. He's followed me everywhere. So he's at the restaurant. Um, but I built all the voices from just me talking. Like if I have like with Luis, once I just started talking, I walked in and started talking to him bullshit. No one was around, no phones. I wasn't recording. I just started talking to him, and the voice, "Hey Chef, how'd you doing?" It just came up. But my French, when I was in school, the French chefs that I had, you could turn. Did you turn off that fire, baby? Turn off that burner. The
Yeah,
French chef.
real dad in real time.
Yeah, yeah. The French chefs I worked with, the Israeli chefs. So all of my characters just came with the German chefs with their voices, and their voices stick to my head, and then characters come out.
Yeah,
So
they're
yeah.
great. And I gotta call it now, brother. I know you're busy, but listen,
Oh yeah.
when I launched my animated series one day, and
Oh, I got you.
I'm doing my cartoon,
Oh, I got you.
you know,
I
and
got you. And
this
like
ain't a
South
free
Park,
gig. This ain't a
like
free
South
gig.
Park has a whole thing. Where I could do every
Listen, I'm
single
calling it
90.
now, man. I'm putting it on record right now. I'm gonna call you up, Chef AB. Listen, I know you're busy with the restaurant, but I need you to do some of these voices, man, and we're gonna get you paid, and it's gonna happen. We're gonna make it
Oh, you
happen.
have no idea, dude. Look, I have so the filters from Snapchat. I would send random filters to my wife all the time. Like a filter would come up. I'd be going through the filters. I see a filter and I freestyle it. Like it had to be natural because when I try to fix it, it wouldn't work. So
Right.
if I didn't get it the first time, I'd go on to the next one. So I have archive of all kinds of those that I'm waiting like I'm gonna start building my social medias and stuff like that, and start to where I
Right.
can go live on TikTok. But I have so much stuff that I'm gonna bring out from the archives once I build it, and then man,
Yeah. I
it's
can't wait.
it's crazy. I could do a whole show with just them characters. Regular dude is.
100%. No, it's so much fun, man. And Chef AB, I'm really, really appreciative of you taking the time out of your busy schedule to come
Oh
here.
man, for my fam, man, hell yeah,
And
we've been trying to do this.
for a minute, but we made it happen. And,
Yeah,
fam for life. And our
yeah.
time is our most, valuable asset. We don't get it back. So I'm really, really appreciative. I always like to end the show with a question. And my question for you is, what's one thing that you would want to change about this world?
Ah, man. Um, That's a big question, dude. That's not one question. That's a million questions in one. Uh, just the brightness, the brightness of the souls of
Mm,
everyone. Everyone has that brightness in their soul, and I try to bring it out of people. I try to bring it out as many people, and I bring out the anger of people sometimes. You know what I mean? But that's what that's what I, especially my wife, I bring out the anger out of her sometimes. But yeah, if I just wish people would show more of their brightness, um, it'll be easier to move through the day. There's negativities in this world. I feed off of energy. and it's big. It's big when it comes to me hiring and working with people. But yeah, just the brightness.
Stay bright like a diamond,
Yeah, bright like
as
a
they would say.
diamond.
There it
You know,
is. Chef AB, where can people find you on socials?
I'm at Chef AB. What do I got? Chef AB Sanchez. That's for my. Um, I'm not sure on my TikTok. That's why I'm so bad at not having any followers.
But on
But
Instagram,
Chef AB Sanchez on my Facebook and my Instagram,
got it.
and I don't know what my TikTok was, but I
And
got.
what's the name of the restaurant? Where's it located at? Where can people? How can people support you?
It's right now. It's a cocktail lounge. Cocktail, Coctel. It's different. It's Spanish. You know, it's the Spanish word, but it's in Mont Belvieu, Texas. And when you pull it up, it should come up on your Google Maps.
I love it.
But yeah,
If
it's
you're
I've
in
been having
Texas,
people coming over. I've been having
let's
people coming
do
from
it.
all over coming there, and they're
That's
just
great.
blown away, amazed. But yeah,
Well,
most definitely, brother.
next time I'm in Texas, I'm gonna stop by. And if anyone's listening that's in Texas or on their way to Texas, I actually have a friend. She's actually out in Texas. So definitely I make a trip. Can't wait. I'm super proud of you, brother.
Thank you,
Keep
sir.
doing your
I'm
thing,
proud of
man.
you, man.
I
You chatting, sir.
appreciate
You're everywhere, bro.
it. We
Three
all
seconds
grind.
about you, man. 3 seconds about you, real quick, man. Where in the hell, Southwest? Your flight points are just racking up, cause you everywhere. Shit,
That's so funny. Just
man.
been moving around, man. Just been moving around. You know what I mean? Try to make the most of our bright light, as they call it. You know what I mean? Just trying to stay bright.
I can't even go to the corner store. You're going to fucking Jamaica and Mexico and.
You silly, man. You silly. I need to sit my ass down and build. Uh,
Yeah.
but
No,
we
you're building right now. You're building greatness. So that's the great thing about it,
we all
man.
we all are, brother. And
Yes, sir.
it's so good to have friends in our corners. And can't wait to see what you continue to do, brother. Keep doing the great work.
Same here.
Keep doing the God's work with these kids, man. And you already know whatever you need. I'm always here.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
always here
Can't wait
waiting
to
on
see
you.
you, man. I need to get out there. I need to get out there in the East End, man.
Go to New York, man. But pleasure. This has been another
Yes, sir.
episode of Sippin' with Sakari. Let's go.
Dipping.
Sippin' with Sakari.